Some people have asked me questions about that last JVC TV that I tried to repair, so I better come up with some excuses. Oh, hello, you're there. Okay. A couple of people have asked me about this particular TV. For those people that don't know about this particular TV, I'll just lift the camera up. Have you seen the smooth action of this new gimbal that I've got, which hosts this camera here? I mean, obviously I'm manhandling it at the moment, but it's very smooth. You're possibly thinking, I mean, I can even have a little zoom action. Watch this for a little zoom action. See, don't you think that is quite smooth? I mean, I'm pushing it down with my hand, but I think that's quite smooth, baby. Let me push it back. This is not a 3-axis gimbal mechanism. In fact, I'll show you what it is. I was so impressed, I bought 2 of them. It's a bog standard AliExpress stand. It's not for a microphone and it's not for a camera. You can probably tell the giveaway is seeing this here. It's for a microscope. So it's a microscope stand. And they are, I think they were £7 or £8 on Amazon. Sorry, on AliExpress. And they arrived very quickly, less than a week. And normally these things are just so loose as a goose and rubbish. But I thought I'd give one a go at £7. And this is really secure. It's great. And I just slot the camera in here. And, you know, it can really handle the weight and it doesn't bow down. So for a cheap little thing it's good. And I've actually bought another one, which I haven't unboxed it just yet. Anyway, enough of that. Sometimes in life you have to adapt to save the money. A few people have been asking about this TV. Was it a JVC? It was a JVC. This was the 40-inch TV with the faulty mainboard. I will come to it in a second. But it's not great news. And the customer has decided for the cost, it doesn't want it repaired. So it may end up in the bin. Now, you know I hate that. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. I just want to show you a mistake that I make. Now, even though I know televisions inside out, when I say I know televisions inside out, what I mean is I know the electronics of certain TVs inside out. So just about any TV I can diagnose. Doesn't mean I can repair it, this being a case in point. But when it comes to computers, I've never really been interested in computers. So I always get help with my PC if I need. But I decided to, the simplest of things. I needed a new hard drive. This is a Seagate 3.5 SATA hard drive, and this one is 2 terabytes. And I filled it up. I filled it up with all my drone videos. Because drone videos in 4K, they're quite meaty. Each one's probably going to be about 15 gigabytes once it goes onto an SD card, then I put it on here, and I keep it on here. And within 4 months, I have filled 2 terabytes. So I needed a new hard drive. So I went out and bought one. And here it is. It was on eBay. Put that there. There it is. I'll just show you. Oh, was this the 4 terabyte one? Yeah, it is. So anyway, this was on eBay, 4 terabytes, 40 quid. I thought, oh, that's quite good. I'll have that. Had a brief look at the connections. I'm going to give you a quick brief look. There you go. Did you spot it? Did you? Because I flipping didn't. So I took that one out, tried to fit this one today, and it wouldn't work. But it wouldn't fit. The plugs won't go in. I'll show you again. I thought this was brand new at 40 quid. You see, again, I don't really know the prices of hard drives. I know I couldn't get an SSD for 40 quid, 4 terabytes. Can you see? Just in case you're like me, you're not au fait with computer drives, that's what the connection should look like. So that's the good one. And I sent a picture to my computer guy and I said, why is there a black plastic thing in the middle there that I can't move? I can't get any of the plugs in. Help. And this is a 10-year-old. It was advertised as an SAS drive, but it's a SCSI drive. You remember SCSI drives that used to go in RAID arrays from about 10 years ago? And that's what I bought. A blooming 4 terabyte. I didn't realise you could get a 4 terabyte hard drive 10, 15 years ago when the RAID array systems, the SCSI systems. So that's what I've bought. Luckily, the eBay guy accepts returns, and I've admitted it's my fault, but he's fine with it. What a plonker. So yes, these things happen from time to time. Anyway, you've probably heard me say this a lot recently, and I'm afraid you're going to hear me say it a lot in the future. But just not really in the mood for fixing anything tonight. And there's a few things on my mind, and there's a few things I want to talk about. But anyway, so some people said, instead of replacing the main board's gone faulty on this, why don't you just repair the fault? And the people that say that are those people that watch a lot of computer repair videos and think it's just a faulty capacitor. It never is on these. This is gone. The processor has gone. Now, I think I mentioned it possibly could be the processor earlier when I did the repair on this. If you haven't seen that video, go back, you'll see us diagnosing it. If a capacitor had gone on the main input, had gone short, we wouldn't be getting the 3 volts down here to the switch. But nothing is getting to the processor, so it's completely dead. And I know that for sure because I did film it, I think, but something went wrong. It's been one of those days today. But anyway, I got the heat gun out today and put some flux on it and cooked it, and it came on. And I thought, and I was going to do a video of it coming back on, but then I've just plugged it in 10 minutes ago before I did tonight's video, and it's dead again. That's what happens with processors. There are 2 boards on eBay, 30 quid and 60 quid. Why so expensive is the question that I asked last time. And they're so expensive because there's only 2 boards on eBay. For some particular reason, this main board and the processor they have used is a big fault. It's always going. So there's very few boards available on eBay. And to be honest with you, I would be rather reticent of getting a second-hand board for this because that's going to go as well. They're all going. The other thing that you could do with Vestels, which you can't with this, but you could with most Vestels, especially a couple of years ago, is type in the screen number, which I did today. I thought I'd have a look and find out what other main boards are available for this screen. You find nine times out of 10 that this main board is being used in other machines. It may have a different 2-3 number on it, but as long as it matches the screen, and of course as long as it matches all the outputs and the back goes on okay, you're fine. And so there is one. There's a Hitachi 39-inch. It's called the Hitachi 39L. I think it's 800. It doesn't sound right. Maybe 300. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And that uses exactly the same main board. And when you type in that particular model number, it takes you to the same guys that are selling this. So yeah, even that particular main board for the Hitachi has got the same problem. It's just not worth it. So I could buy the main board. The cheapest one is 30 quid. I could stick 30 quid labour on for myself, which is 60 quid. I said that to the customer, and the customer said, nah. I think it's the second time it's gone wrong. I think we have replaced this main board before. I haven't checked the document from when it came in a couple of years ago. But I think it was. And I can understand why the customer's going, I don't want to take the risk. Even though I haven't said to him that, you know, these main boards are iffy. but the main boards are iffy. What can be done? Absolutely nothing. I buy a main board and flog it cheap, but I don't really want to sell this because it will probably end up giving me a bad reputation. Worse reputation than what I've got, but it'll probably give me a bad reputation. So I think I'm not going to scrap it. I'm going to stick it in my pile of TVs down at the lockup until something else comes up. I'm just really surprised that there's not another main board being this main board's not being used in 4 or 5 other Vestel TVs. They're not. It's just 2, and they're all flipping expensive. Just for those people that are interested, that want to know, I'll show you the screen number. There you go. And as you can probably tell, sorry about the wobbly hand, but as you can probably tell, it's actually a 38-inch screen. That's why it says VES 38. But that's in this machine, and it's also in the Hitachi LE 800, I'm sure it is, but I looked at that this afternoon, which was a long time ago. The model of this TV is, there you go, for those people that can't be bothered to go and watch the video that I made a couple of days ago, it's that one. So if you've got this TV, good luck. But it seems to be a major problem. And it's not terribly old. Year 2000? Well, sorry, year 2000. That would make it terribly old. 2020. So it's coming up to being 5 years old, 4.5 years old, to be almost precise. Can you be? I'm not too sure how much this TV would have cost when you first bought it, but I would imagine about between 150 quid and £200. It's the type of thing that probably 6 months, a year ago, I would have just, if the customer wouldn't have had it repaired and he's left it with me, I would have stuck a main board in it and maybe used it as a monitor, but I've gone past that stage now. It really isn't, I don't think it's really worth me doing that. I'll keep an eye out for the boards on eBay just to see if one drops down for 10-15 quid. Then I'll go for it. That is the state of the business that we're in at the moment, and it's only going to get worse. I mean, it's a cheap TV. 60 quid is a cheap repair for a TV. It's you know, there are some people, and I'm going to do another video, I'll do a little video about this, but some people want things repaired free, and they want it done yesterday. The amount of times I've taken phone calls and people are absolutely shocked that I charged to come out and look at their TV in their house, for me to jump into my car and spend an hour on the road to go to their house and look at their TV. They want somebody to do that bit free of charge. And I say, you can always bring it to me. But anyway, I'm doing a separate video on that because I'd love your input. I used to be against what I would call silly charges. So in other words, if somebody brought a TV to me, I wouldn't charge to look at it. I wouldn't charge an inspection fee. And other engineers said, you've got to. You've got to price your worth. And I never would. I have started doing that now. And I don't know why I didn't start doing it before. But, if you want an hour of my time to see if the TV, A, can be repaired and then how much it's going to be, I charge 20 quid. It's not a lot, but you'll be surprised. But anyway, there's a separate video coming on that because there's a few other great stories that I've seen. So this one is, I'm not going to call it trash. It's not going in, well, trash is American. Can't say trash, can I? People hate that in the comments if I say trash. Oh no, it's garbage, I said. I said garbage once on a video and somebody said, that's American, speak English. I thought garbage, I think I've used garbage. Imagine maybe a northern thing, I don't know. Anyway, I'm chucking it away. And no, I'm not chucking away, but it's going in my lockup. And it's a sad state of affairs because it's not a bad TV. When it works, it's got all the full smarts. I don't think it's 4K. Was it 4K? No, I think because it's less than 40 inches. It's pointless doing 4K at 38.5 inches is what this screen is. It's pointless making this 4K, but it would be a nice TV if it was working. But if I were to get it working and sell it, I'd have to put a warranty on it, and I just don't think I can with this processor problem that they've got with this particular board. It's just so expensive. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. Just going back to the hard drives, by the way, a lot of people don't use those hard drives anymore, the chunky 3.5 ones. Everyone's gone SSD. Now, obviously, I've gone SSD for running operating systems and if I'm doing video editing. But I'm absolutely fine with the 3.5 old hard drives for storage, just for storing 4K video for me to come back and look at and copy over to another hard drive if I need to edit it. So if anyone's got loads of the old 2 terabyte minimum that you're not using, throw them in my direction, because my computer guy I've just put a 2 terabyte one in and he was throwing that away. He said, I used to take them down cash converters, but they give me £3 now for £3. Yeah, cash converters, don't you love them? I don't think I've ever... I've walked into a cash converters. I went into one in Torquay, and they've got loads of televisions. Like cash converters sell televisions like this for about £100, maybe £120. And I think they give a little warranty, like 30 days or maybe 3 months, something like that. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry it's not going to be a repair video tonight. Well, I am going to quickly have a look at a Samsung, but that may come up tomorrow. But it's a weird old time in my life at the moment, and it's a weird old time being a repair guy. A lot of repair guys are taking some time out at the moment. Life seems to be getting pretty weird, stressful. Don't know why. It just is. Well, I know why it is for me, and I'll open up to you on that point in a few weeks' time. I've got lots to tell you, and or maybe I haven't, but we'll wait and see. Is that it? I'm going to fix the Samsung. I'm going to fix the Samsung. So thank you very much for watching. Sorry it's not a repair video as such. I've got lots of things coming in to repair. I'm trying to do them in the order they come in. It doesn't always work that way. I think I've said goodbye about 5 times now, so for the 6th time,